Hey, Mark, just kind of curious, what did you see that from early on? I mean, I think you had 10 in the first quarter. Just the way they were switching, do you feel like you were able to take advantage of their defense?
Yeah. Just getting out on screens, knowing they were going to be a little bit more aggressive. So just taking advantage of that, getting to the rim. My teammates finding me, helped get me going early.
And just to follow up, do you feel as if you're still catching teams off guard with how quickly and how hard you're running the floor? It just seems like every night you're always beating your matchup down the court.
Sometimes. I think there's times players forget about it. I think I just try to use it to my advantage, just doing it every time, even if I'm not the one getting the ball. Today I got the ball a little bit more, so that made it a little easier. But, yeah, I just try to do it every single night.
Mark, obviously you had a season high in points, but also players such as Dunn with 4 steals, Goody, he finished with 9 rebounds in total. And in a game that comes down to the wire, to a one-possession plays such as this, how have you guys embraced this next man up mentality and, as well, just playing as one cohesive unit no matter the roster?
Yeah, I think especially tonight, knowing we had guys out, just doing what we can. Guys stepping up, like you said, Goody getting those boards, Ryan being a pest on the defensive end, getting steals. So I think everybody just did a good job tonight stepping up, and we found a way to win, so that's all that really matters.
Mark, we talked a little earlier at Shoot Around about just how you're operating and process and how to provide impact against switches. You talked about just getting out there on the screens. With that, do you feel the defense kind of collapsing, whether you get the ball or just your rim pressure allowing somebody else to skip it and create rotations from there?
Yeah, I think with them, knowing they were up and a little bit more aggressive, I was able to get out and from there be decisive. Obviously, it changes game by game, but today I was just getting out. My teammates were finding me, and I was able to get me going early, and I think we were just able to take advantage of that all night. But, yeah, I think it's a game-by-game thing, and tonight we were just able to take advantage of it. We had a lot of points in the paint tonight. I think it was 72? Yeah, 72, so we were really able to get downhill.
And then on the defensive end, you talked about your switching a lot this season. I feel like y'all got into it a lot tonight, especially the latter part of the game. With you being away from the basket, how have you seen you all's defensive shell, bro? Because it feels like even if you are away, y'all still have each other covered.
Yeah. Everybody having each other's back is really the biggest thing. Communicating, knowing, what your rotation is, where to go from there. And I think tonight especially we did a good job having each other's back.
Hey, Mark. Coach Ott said there was during the practices that he wanted to get you more integrated into the game. Were there conversations between you and him about this?
Yeah. Just getting involved early, demanding the ball, stealing, making it real, clear and obvious when I'm open that I'm on the ball. Obviously, I got some shots early. Teammates found me early. That got me going, and I think from there we were just able to build on it. But, yeah, it's definitely been a conversation, getting shots, getting easy ones around the rim, continuing to run, all that sort of stuff.
So, from my point of view, when I was a kid, NBA was a low-post game. A lot of centers, famous centers, you got the ball down low. Mm-hmm. The game now has evolved into a perimeter game. To do it both in the same game, doesn't that give you more depth and more chances to win if you're doing both?
Yeah, I would say so. Being able to balance, running the floor, screening, playing out of dribble handoffs from the top, and at the same time when I get a one-on-one matchup down low early, taking advantage of it. So it's definitely a balance. I think tonight I just tried to take advantage of it as best as I could.
Yeah, Mark, what's crazy about tonight is that you had just talked about it at shoot-around. You were like, well, we had a conversation. I wanted just to piggyback off of what he said. But how rare is it to have the conversation and then it materialize that game? Like you have the talk and then it actually happens in your favor in that way.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to do it in a win, too. like I said, they were just finding me early. I was able to get out on those rolls and just be a basketball player. A couple kicks to the corner, a couple, finishes by me. But, yeah, it's nice to have that materialize the same day when you ask the question.
The other thing, looking at obviously the tags, the skirmishes tonight, as a player, what's going through your mind as the game is unfolding? It's almost like you're sensing that that ending could happen in that way.
Yeah, I think it was definitely built up. They were playing real physical. I mean, we were too, but I think they were just taking it to another level. And it was definitely built up. I think there could have been better control of the game. And I think that was just, at that point in the game, I think they were just, they just took it over the top, and we're just defending ourselves, having each other's back. But it was definitely a build-up. I don't think that particular play was what made it that. I think it was just a build-up throughout the game.
And Mark, just follow up on kind of just the end of the game there. Grayson, he saved you guys on a lot of possessions and as a driver this year, just including that last possession there to ice the game. Just what are you seeing from him, just his craftiness or makes him unique as a driver?
Yeah. Obviously, his ability to shoot the ball is what leads to some of those defenders not being ready to handle his drives. And then, obviously, when he gets to the rim, his ability to slow step, his ability to, finish at the rim like he did at the end of the game. I think it's just tough to defend when, he's able to do all those sort of things. Just got to stay honest on the defensive end when you're guarding a guy like that. But it's a tough cover for teams for sure, and he's done a great job all year.
Mark, you talked about demanding the ball more, you getting yourself sort of started in the game a little bit quicker, but how do you kind of balance yourself demanding the ball and getting yourself in a rhythm early, and then also sort of having the team and the offense as a whole flow smoothly?
Yeah. I think tonight in particular, it was a little bit easier just based off the fact of how they were guarding us. And call it what it is, we got, guys out, Book's out, Jalen's out, CG's out. So that also was probably a factor too. I think a combination of all those things and my teammates finding me early, getting me going, and just getting it into a rhythm. I think that led to a lot of open shots for us. Like I said, we had a lot of points in the paint, 72 points in the paint. So I think from there it was just how we were able to get going.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark.
Yep.